Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Benji, and today we have our weekly review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 3. Now, I know a lot of people have said this, and I'm going to say it as well, but Fear the Walking Dead is getting better and better with each passing episode. I mean, we're 3 episodes in now, and I can safely say that it is back on top of being really bloody good. I know, I know a lot of people really criticised Fear for the last couple of seasons. I know I've been mentioning this for the last couple of times, but if you haven't watched Fear, I do highly recommend that you go see it. But as always, this is going to contain spoilers for the episode, so if you haven't watched the episode already, I do recommend that you click off, pause this video, and then go off and watch the episode, and then come back and rewatch the video. But if you want to see more content like this, with the review style of different TV shows and movies, then feel free to hit that red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for when I next upload my videos. So, I'm going to give you a 5-second spoiler warning. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so you're here for the review. Cool. This episode was titled Alaska, and this was actually directed by Victor Strand himself, Coleman Domingo. Obviously, last episode was directed by Lenny James, who plays Morgan. So it's good to see that the cast members are actually getting more involved within the series, within directorial roles, and more stuff like that. But this episode focuses on Althea and Dwight, a pairing that is very unique, I must say. I mean, we've only known Al for a couple of seasons, but we've known Dwight from since 2016, or late 2015, early 2016, with the introduction of the Saviors, and obviously him being Negan's former right hand. And you can tell that he is, at this point, just trying to look for his wife, Sherry, and we actually get a little bit of context on why they do what they do, because they collect the driver's licenses of places that they search, and they think, where are they from, and they give them like code names. So like, if they're from Hawaii, they call them Hawaii, or Mississippians and Mississippi, you know what I mean. But I think Alaska comes from when they search outside the building and they find a driver's license that is from Alaska, and they obviously refer to him as Alaska. But we learned during this episode that Al has actually been monitoring the CRM, trying to find Isabel, and maybe using them to put a stop to Virginia's cruel ways. Who knows? Looking forward to seeing where that goes. But obviously Dwight finds out. He's obviously trying to get her to be with Elizabeth, because he wants to find Sherry, but he's come to the peace that he may never find her. So I think Dwight's just trying to do right by Al and just trying to get her out. Just obviously they'll find a walker that looks quite similar to Al. Dwight will smash its face in, and he'll radio into Ginny saying that she died, unfortunately. But I don't know. I think it's a cool concept of an episode, but I think it's just they are trying to look for people, because Virginia just wants to have more people under her control, I guess. That's just the theory I have. But we can tell that Morgan's group is not happy with the way of Virginia's rule, because obviously Strand seems to be the only one that's submitting right now. Al is skeptical, so is Dwight, and Strand. Strand seems to be buying it, but Alicia doesn't as well, same as Charlie. But yeah, I mean, what can we do? But again, like, they find a group of survivors in a building as they try to make their way up to the roof so Al can be with Isabel. And it's something quite unique as well, that the rats sort of have a bubonic plague, and it's killing the group of survivors that are in this building. And I feel like it definitely gave me Season 4 Walking Dead vibes of the main show, because of the sort of virus that the pigs sort of got, and then everyone kept getting sick, which yeah, everyone kept getting sick, and it was up to like Rick and the crew to find what was causing it. And then obviously Daryl, Michonne, Bob, and Tyrese went to go find the medicine, which understandable is from this sort of show, because I feel like even in the normal apocalypse, we don't know what the walkers, like what the virus is. So maybe a mouse eats enough of the walker, it sort of develops the plague, and then it gets hungry for human flesh, and then obviously causes people to die. But who knows? Fucking hell, I need to stop yawning. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think this episode is great. I'm going to keep saying it's great, so you can keep watching. But I have to admit, knowing that Dwight has a sort of fear of rats is actually kind of funny, because, you know, this man has been through so much. He's burnt, half of his face is burnt, and he's scared of rats. But then again, I can't really talk. I'm not a big fan of the vermin either. So we do what we do. There was I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and there was I think it was, who was it? Who was the black woman? I know it's gonna sound racist, but I don't know who she's called. But there was the woman who tried to help them. And it's just like, okay, cool. But then she buggers off, and then they join Virginia's crew at the end. But yeah, it's suggested that the group with the submarine featured in the end is the beginning. So that was the first episode. Was responsible for spreading the bubonic plague to Nora. That's it. Made Nora. Her name was Nora. And I feel like that's quite good. But then there's also something I didn't mention. In the opening minutes of the episode, there was like a sort of scene with Morgan. He's obviously back to his bald head and shaved beard look. And he uses half of his old staff and the handle of the axe, of the battle axe, to create a sort of 1-in-2 weapons, which I feel like is kind of a reference to what Jesus did at the end of season 8 on the main show. So like Morgan's final episode on that series, it was like he said, use this end for the living and this end for the dead. So I feel like that's like him combining his staff with the axe is sort of like a 2.0 of that. So he's more clear, but he's more focused on what end to use for the dead and what end to use for the living. But at the very end of the episode, we get one of, and I will admit I did shed a few tears, we finally get the reintroduction of Sherry. Now, if you don't remember who Sherry is, she was Dwight's wife. Yeah, she hasn't been seen in a very long time in the Walking Dead universe. Wow. Like, I think the last time she was on The Walking Dead was in season 7? Yeah, Sing Me a Song in season 7. Like, her last appearance physically was in 2016. December 2016 was when her last episode was. So to come back to the show 4 years later, I mean, props to her. I mean, Christine Evangelista, welcome to the Fear the Walking Dead community. You are always loved, and you are always welcome on the show. But I mean, it's good to see her back, because in the books, she sort of has not much of a role. Like, after the war with Negan, she's barely seen, and then she gets killed by Rick anyway, because she tries to kill him, and then Rick pushes her and she snaps her neck against the table. And to be honest, that's a bit of a shit way to go. She's finally back, and I believe, I think, she's a good character. I mean, we're happy to have her back. Like, she's a former member of the Saviors, where she was one of Negan's wives, and I know she's Obviously, she doesn't know about the war ending with Negan, so obviously she just thinks, oh, Dwight ran away. But I feel like there's going to be a scene within the next couple of episodes of like Dwight explaining how the war with Negan ended and like what's happening to him now, but unless he doesn't actually know. But I can't wait to see how that goes, because maybe they come back and then like they see Negan out of his cell and Dwight and Sherry are like, why is he out of his cell? And then they explain the War with the Whisperers and everything else, and then like all three shows come together and everyone comes back. So who knows? I mean, apart from that, there isn't really much I have to say about this episode, but I do praise it a lot. It's quite a good episode. Sadly, obviously, Al hears Isabel's voice, and she does nothing about it. Like she says, there's a plague outbreak, you should stay away, and they just fly off. And to be honest, I feel bad for Al, because like I know they met for like a couple of days, but they shared that nice kiss, and I mean, it is what it is. You can't really do much about that. But that's all I really have to say for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Sorry if I'm being a bit everywhere with this review, because I literally just watched the episode and now I feel like I'm forgetting it all again. So I do apologise for that. I will probably try and watch the episodes twice now, and then do my review, or maybe just write down some notes, because I'm literally just trying to keep it all in my head and I'm just trying to remember how the episode went. And yeah, I really need to do that. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you have not already. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I next upload, and I will see you guys very soon.